guys, so today I was reminded about how sometimes our life experiences can help us, especially career-wise, can help us with parenting. I remember before I had kids, and I always thought to myself, there are certain things that I would do and certain things I would never do, right? Never say never. And I do remember talking to people that had kids, especially older kids, and thought, oh, my kids would never do that. I would never allow that to happen. And now that I'm there, I realize that, those are those are things that I was so just very much naive to. I just did not understand the grand scheme of things. And so anyway, I think that everything in my life happened for a reason. So I was a medical technologist for 5 years. And of course I used all of that medical knowledge to help my children with their medical ailments. And then after that, I was not in this order, but I'm thinking of all the things. I've been a columnist for the paper, and I was able to use that for finding out about programs in the community and just finding about things that it would enrich my family's life. Making contacts with people that I, ended up being a blessing in my life. And so that was a great, great thing in my life. And then teaching for 9 years at Churchill Academy obviously was a very big blessing because my kids, all of them ended up going there. Three of them ended up graduating from there. So, but as a teacher, I learned a lot of skills such as being flexible and being able to come up with ideas, plan Bs and plan Cs, when I have issues that come up. And I also learned how to look at things from a different perspective. I think that before I worked at Churchill, before I was a teacher and I saw all the different situations that people were in, I was able to see kind of like a mirror of my own life and say, wow, and evaluate it from that perspective. Because I think sometimes we tend to be more critical. Like when we see other parents making mistakes or doing things, and you don't realize that you're doing the same exact thing. And so it does really humbles you a lot. And so anyway, I really appreciate that part of my life. And so, I've been a working mom, I've been a stay-at-home mom, I've been a part-time mom, or part-time worker, I've been a full-time worker, and full-time mom, obviously. And I have to say that all of them have their pros and cons, and all of them were difficult to some degree. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I had to really work hard to get out and do things outside of the home with other women and to make time for myself, because I was we extend ourselves, right? We do the housework, we take care of the kids, and then we kind of forget about ourselves. And so during that time of my life, I learned how to take care of my body as far as exercise, going to work out and going to the gym. And so that was a really important part of my journey. And so I try to instill that in my kids, didn't take, but once in a while they're like, I'm gonna go on a walk and it makes me happy. Or you know what, I feel like going to the gym, and they do it. And now they're old enough to buy their own gym membership, so they do it. So that makes me happy. Then when I was a working full-time worker and full-time mom, I had the really, really hard decisions to make. Like there were things that I had to decide, well, do I go? Does dad go? Do I need to take a day off, or do I just, and if my children are sick, who's going to stay home with them? Do I have a friend that could take care of them? Family member? There's a lot of things like that occurred. My kids were sick a lot when I had to work because they were in daycare. So they're exposed to a lot of germs, which in turn makes you sick. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to be a full-time mom and stop working for a while, because I felt like the money wasn't as important. I needed to be home, and I felt like my kids needed me home. And so I will never forget the day that I ran into one of the pathologists who were over the lab where I did my school, my internship, and I worked there for a while. And he recognized me. And so he asked what I was doing, and I told him, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, taking care of kids. And at the time, I believe I may have had two kids, may have had three, but maybe at least 2 kids at the time. And I will never forget the words he told me. He said, "What a waste." He actually said that to me. Like, in other words, man, you went through all of that and look at you. You're a stay-at-home mom. Kind of like, you know, I wish now that I would have been able to have a better response for him. But I was taken aback. I was like, you know, there's someone that obviously I looked up to, and it was a boss, you know, who's one of my bosses. And so I was like, I couldn't believe that. So I want to tell you guys, if you are a full-time mom, stay-at-home mom, whatever you want to label yourself as, you have one of the most important jobs there is, and don't ever let anyone say otherwise. Okay? All right, I'm done. As always, good luck on your journey, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.